I'm here at CenturyLink Field, the site of the Eagles' second loss of the season, 24-10 to the Seattle Seahawks. And let's be honest, a lot of fans are going to say, don't push the panic button, it's just one loss. It's only their second loss of the season. I'm here to tell you, I'm not saying I'm going to push the panic button, but I'm pretty close, because here's why. The Eagles over the last 2 weeks have been a dominant team. Yes, they beat the Niners, the Bears, the Broncos, and they've dominated those teams. You can only play as on your schedule. But the talk has been Super Bowl with this team. And tonight they played a team that's been to the Super Bowl, a team that's won the Super Bowl, a team that's played there 3 times with this core. And I think what you saw was the Eagles they're working to get to that phase, but they're just not there yet. I mean, I've seen every Eagles game this year, and I think every game the Eagles have been the team that's brought it to the opponent. They've jumped out early. They've been the aggressor. They've been the cocky, confident team in that game. Tonight, the Seahawks were that team. They were not intimidated at all by the 10-1 Eagles, which is saying something considering the Eagles had the best record in the NFL entering this game. The Seahawks brought it to the Eagles from the jump. They jumped up 10-0 by the end of the first, which is not something the Eagles were used to. Yes, in the fourth quarter, the Eagles made a bit of a comeback on some pretty amazing plays by Wentz, but overall, I think this team didn't rise to the occasion playing in a playoff atmosphere tonight. The Seahawks, really the only thing they had on the Eagles was the fact that they're a playoff. They have playoff experience. The Eagles have a better defense, have a better offense. They might have the better quarterback. At the very least, it's a toss-up. But tonight, Russell Wilson outplayed Carson Wentz in a big stage. Russell Wilson's tough to beat at home. He's tough to beat in big games. He's earned that right. He's won Super Bowls. He's won NFC Championship games. This is a guy that, yes, maybe he's not in the MVP consideration, but he's a tough guy to beat at home. Wentz is growing. This team is growing. They're becoming a team that is the Seahawks. The Eagles have looked like that team at times this season, but they didn't tonight. And I think that's one reason to be worried, because you look at the other teams in the playoff contention. Now the Seahawks, the Saints, the Vikings to a certain extent, the Falcons. These teams have playoff experience. And one thing I've been saying week after week is that's the Eagles' biggest weakness. That's their biggest opponent. It's themselves. And tonight at CenturyLink Field, you saw that as good as the Eagles are, and the fact that they have the ability to win big games and they have the ability to beat good teams, they haven't shown they can do it consistently yet. This year they played 3 games on the road. The Seahawks, that had playoff implications. The Seahawks, the Panthers, and the Chiefs. They're 2-3 in those games. So I think it's very important for the Eagles to make sure they still have home field advantage in the playoffs, the fact that they might still get a bye. But tonight was a concerning loss for the Eagles.